Tonight on Here and Now, we're live at Kitty Vitty Lake for the 205th running of the Royal St. John's Regatta. We have the sights, the sounds, and the races.
Comfortable weather for the regatta today. The pond is looking great for the championship races. We'll talk about the forecast, your full forecast coming up.
This is an individual who has not been licensed to practice acupuncture for more than 3 years now.
A suspended license, but still operating. The province's regulator is trying to shut down a woman who's practicing acupuncture. Our CBC cameras go undercover.
And still ahead on Here and Now, one major accomplishment for a Mi'kmaq artist. Marcus Goss gets his design on his own coin.
I'm able to represent the Mi'kmaq people, not just of Newfoundland, not just of Mi'kmaq, but also in Canada.
This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. The 205th annual regatta took place in St. John's today with lots of action happening both around and on the lake. And while the races for this year's championship trophies might have been a focus for many, race number 9 was one for the history books. Here and Now's Henrika Wilhelm is at Kitty Vitty Lake right now. So Henrika, what was so special about that race?
Well, Carolyn, it all had to do with one men's team deciding to row the short course of the lake, something that's never been done before. Gender-based rowing distances officially became a thing of the past at last year's regatta, and today at 11 a.m., the Smith-Stockley senior men hit the lake for the short course, a historic moment and an easy decision for the team.
Oh, yes, it is, and you know, we were happy and proud, and Blackie was all on board. He encouraged us to go through it at the time trials or before, and so it's a good honour to do this with the boys. Yeah. Right. I'm happy we did this because I was looking forward to it, you know, and we were too, right?
We're a bunch of older guys who've been rowing for years down here, and you know, most of us are in our 60s, and we were happy just to participate in rowing again, you know. So doing the short course brought that out, you know, and we were happy to do that.
The men rowed in a mixed race with 2 other teams heading for the long course. One of them, women's team Studio Verso, who made history last year, rowing the long course as a female team. They say it was clear they'd do it again.
I mean, I think it is a great option to have. Hopefully we do see participation come up for both women rowing long and men rowing short. We shouldn't be, you know, pushed into one category just based on gender. You see it in all other sports, and there's no reason why rowing should be any different. And I think it's a great option for everyone.
While last year 2 women's teams competed in the long course, that was down to 1 this year.
I'm not too surprised, which is a little bit unfortunate. You know, we're all in this to try to grow the sport. We all have an extensive background in rowing, and we do want to see the long course continue and get more participants. And it was fantastic. We had a men's short crew, a men's crew rowing the short course for the first time this year. So we'd love to see more men's crews participate in that next year.
Yet looking ahead to future regattas, both teams are hopeful that they will be joined by others in their respective races.
We're hoping this will be the start and encourage other men's teams or people that are retired from rowing, come out of retirement and do the short course. And it'd be good for the sport.
Keeps you going, right? Keeps you strong.
Well, it would be great to see some more women's in the long course for sure, and just nice to have a boat next to you to race when you are coming down that course and like coming through, I'm told, the jog. When you're coming through that section and kind of things get a little bit in your head, it's nice to kind of have that team to race against, so it would be nice to have some more women's teams to do that, yeah.
Yeah, so you hear it, lots of positive feedback for those changes in the rules. And another suggestion from the women's team, an addition of a championship race each for a women's long course and a men's short course, as they say that thirst to row in the last races of the day is what really pulls athletes to the regatta, and it attracts people to the pond side as well. Take a look.
We came from Ottawa for this.
I have a son rowing at 8 o'clock, and we have a daughter-in-law at 10:45, and so we're taking in these this morning.
$1 means $100.
We're hoping to be able to get about $5,000 to $10,000 for our charities. Knights of Columbus supply funding for charities throughout the province, especially for St. John's area. One of our biggest things is for the St. Vincent de Paul Food Bank at St. Teresa's. So if we can be successful here, we can get money for the Christmas Food Bank, which is always a big project belong to us.
Here we go. Your lucky number is 15. Here we go, folks. $1 on 100 again.
And if you get a trophy, then you win a prize. I won a unicorn.
I got 7 rings, and I was really close a bunch of times, but just bounced off.
We have all the family together. We came down at 8 o'clock and stayed at my daughter's house because she's just up the road. And we had French fries for breakfast, and the kids had donuts. And we're planning on going all the way around and playing the games and just having a fun day.
Oh, it's certainly a great day to be down at the regatta today. A little, cloudy, which was nice. Not a whole lot of sunscreen needed this afternoon, but temperatures were right around where we should be sitting this time of year. We reached a daytime high around 20 degrees. Let's take a look at where we sat across the rest of the province today. Temperature around 21 degrees for Bonavista. Similar pretty much across the board, anywhere from 19 to 22. The exception, Cape Race, at 14 degrees today, some of the coolest air, with the exception of northern Labrador, between 11 and 12 degrees today. Reached about 18 in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Now, taking a look at what's going on, the biggest thing is some lightning up across Labrador, and most of you are seeing it in the southeast, or I should say most of the lightning is in the southeast, so that's heading towards the coast and will continue to do so over the next couple of hours there. A couple of lightning strikes across the island as well. Closest one at the moment is just off of Cape Friels there. The lightning potential will end over the next couple of hours. But here on the Avalon, not a whole lot to talk about. Should actually just see some fog patches as we head through the night tonight, but we will talk all about that and the full forecast when I come back.
Thanks, Ashley, and we'll be returning to Kitty Vitty Lake throughout the show, but let's shift now to some local news. A suspended acupuncturist in St. John's is in hot water for refusing to stop practicing. Zhao Hung Lu hasn't had a license for the last 3 years, but she's still taking appointments, and that's drawn the ire of the regulator in this province. Here Now's Ryan Cook brings us this special investigation.
For clarity, former acupuncturist is, I guess, probably the way to describe it. This is an individual who has not been licensed to practice acupuncture for more than 3 years now at this point in time.
As the lawyer for the province's acupuncture regulator, Ryan Belbin has spent the better part of 3 years trying to shut down Zhao Hung Lu. She's avoided regulatory hearings and court appearances, but she won't stop doing acupuncture.
This is a really unique situation.
Lu first had a complaint in 2019 about the cleanliness of her office. Belbin says she refused to take part, which led to her license being suspended in 2020. Since then, she's been sanctioned numerous times by the regulator, and a Supreme Court judge issued an injunction ordering her to stop. He also ordered these signs be placed around her office, letting patients know she does not have a license to practice acupuncture. And the same notice was published in the Telegram. But if you look closely, Lou took out an ad right next to it, advertising acupuncture as one of her services.
That's alarming for the regulator. It certainly speaks to the level of the regard with which she appears to be placing some of these, first the regulatory matters and now the court matters.
We called last Thursday to book an appointment so we could see for ourselves what services Lou is offering.
Do you want an appointment today or tomorrow or Saturday? We also open on Saturday.
Maybe tomorrow?
We went there on Friday with a hidden camera in hand. We're looking for three things here. The first is confirmation that Dr. Lou is still offering acupuncture services. Second is whether or not the signs placed on the wall by the sheriffs are still there. And three, we're curious how Dr. Lou will react when a patient asks about licensing. A look around the waiting room shows a master's degree from Memorial University, a certificate in traditional Chinese medicine, and several consumer choice awards, but no court-ordered signs. And then, during the appointment,
okay, do you want to try acupuncture?
An offer for needling. And when it came to licensing,
So you're like licensed and everything like that?
Like a physician.
Oh, you are licensed, like a physician.
Not a physician,
right?
But the way I have a license is a physician acupuncture.
Okay, so it'll all be covered by insurance because you're licensed and everything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
we asked Zhao Hong Lu for comment afterwards and she declined. We delivered a letter directly to her on Monday and she has yet to respond.
Does that surprise you at all?
Unfortunately, no. That really doesn't come as a surprise, and again, I think it just supports the entire basis by which, for which the council is doing this.
Belbin is now asking a judge to fine Lou in contempt of court for a second time. This time, he wants the landlord to change the locks.
I don't know how anything short of the closure of this clinic is going to allow the regulator to act for the protection of the public, which is the lens that we're looking at all this through.
Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.
A report has found that surgeries in this province were cut by more than 20% during the early part of the pandemic. The Canadian Institute for Health Information says more than 740,000 surgeries were put on hold across the country. The report also found that roughly 1 in 10 Canadians say they don't have a regular health care provider. And those numbers are even worse in Newfoundland and Labrador. The analysis is part of a sweeping effort to change how Canada handles health data. Marcus Goss calls it one of the greatest days of his life. It's the day when a coin designed by the Mi'kmaq artist was released by the Royal Canadian Mint. Goss, who's from Stephenville, spent over 300 hours designing the image. Here Now's Colleen Connors has that story.
This is where Marcus Goss's ideas come to life. He sits here at his kitchen table, drawing, sketching on his iPad. The Mi'kmaq artist and muralist's work is bright, bold, the art of his ancestors. His designs have been featured on cars, shoes, posters, and even skateboards.
I'm able to represent the Mi'kmaq people, not just of Newfoundland, not just of Mi'kmaq, which means Mi'kmaq territory, but also in Canada.
Back in the fall, his work went national when he got a call from the Royal Canadian Mint asking if Goss would design a coin. And not just any coin, one depicting the Mi'kmaq creation story.
They're giving you the trust to try to represent the people to your best ability, and that you will do it, I guess, with honor and integrity, and that you'll bring forth your best product. And I got to say, after 300 hours of work, I hope that I've portrayed my people, the Mi'kmaq, to the best of my ability.
Goss spent more than 300 hours designing this intricate image, using 5 different sections on the reverse of the silver coin. It's part of the Mint's Generation series, celebrating the storytelling of Canada's First Nations. Goss chose a creation story for his design, incorporating an image commonly found in his art, the 8-pointed Mi'kmaq star.
It's meant to show the creation of the world through the Mi'kmaq myth and legend, through various levels.
According to the traditional story, there are 7 levels of creation. Goss worked with the mint through the winter months, tweaking and fine-tuning his design. And just yesterday, it was finally released to the public for purchase. There are just 5,500 coins up for grabs. Goss is the first Mi'kmaq artist from this province to have his own coin.
This is a major deal for Goss, who says he has several of these coins ordered and hoping they're going to arrive in the mail any day now. He says it'll be such a big deal to just hold one in his hand. And he says he plans on keeping one of those coins in his pocket until the day he dies. Colleen Connors, CBC News, Stephenville.
Well, back in St. John's, here's how the lake looks right now as crowds start rolling in for tonight's championship races. Ashley will be back with her full forecast live from the Royal St. John's Regatta. That's just ahead. Well, Ashley is live pondside again tonight. And Ashley, I was down to the regatta for a few hours this afternoon, and I must say, I thought the weather was perfect. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, there was that bit of overcast, so it wasn't too sunny. I just thought it was a really, really nice day.
I completely agree with you. Even now, down here right now, perfect day. Wind's picking up a little bit, as anticipated in the forecast yesterday, but still lots of people out here getting ready for the championship race. Pond looks pretty good as well. But like you said, lots of cloud cover. Let's talk about why there's lots of cloud cover out there. Area of low pressure to the south, and that is going to continue. We're going to continue to see these clouds move through as we head through the night tonight. A couple of areas of lightning there across the island as well that should start to taper off over the next couple of hours, especially for eastern Newfoundland. But here's your temperatures today, between anywhere from 19 to about 22, topping out at about 23 degrees in Mary's Harbour earlier this afternoon, 18 in Cartwright, and a similar forecast, or a similar temperature, I should say, for Happy Valley Goose Bay. Now, taking a look at the current conditions, like I said, the wind picking up a little bit out here, currently sitting at 20 degrees. Humidex feeling more like 24, but those winds out of the west around 20 kilometers per hour, but gusting around 35. Still should be totally fine. I don't really see too much on the pond at the moment, but that's what we're looking at. And you take a look at the current humidexes across the rest of the province, really nothing to speak of. Really, most of that humidity is for eastern Newfoundland. And if we take a look at the dew points, that's the reason. So 16 dew point in Bonavista. This is the best way to represent what it feels like out there. And Terra Nova has a dew point around 17. So if you take a look there, it's starting to get a little sticky. And if we take a look at the muggy meter for eastern Newfoundland in particular, over the next couple of days, we're right on that edge of muggy and comfortable. And that will pretty much be the story as we head into the beginning of next week. In fact, temperatures are going to start, it looks like, to cool down a little bit. Here's a look right now as to where the lightning is. Most of it offshore, as you can see there out of Bonavista North. And then we do still have some lightning up across Labrador. But most of those showers are already starting to taper off, which is exactly what is going to continue to happen through the overnight tonight. And then same thing up across Labrador. You may hear a few rumbles of thunder over the next couple of hours, but the trend should generally be a clearing one. Most of you should see partly cloudy skies tonight. Say the eastern half of the island may see some clouds linger and some fog patches develop, but overall it will be a quiet night tonight. Temperatures will be a little warmer tonight, 10 to about 14 degrees. However, in low-lying areas, you may see those temperatures drop into the single digits. That will be the story, those single digits up across northern and western Labrador as well. Otherwise, between 10 and 11 degrees. Now, as we head through the day tomorrow, a beautiful day for the most part across the island. Now, up across Labrador, mix of sun and cloud, but you will likely see some thunderstorms developing into the afternoon. Showers for sure, but the risk of thunderstorms definitely developing, and potentially even for the northern tip of the Great Northern Peninsula. That is certainly a possibility as well. And through central, you may see a few pop-up showers, and that may turn into a thunder shower, but at this point, that is a very slim chance. And into the evening hours and the early morning hours on Friday, we'll likely see some showers developing again for Lab West. Here's your thunderstorm risk tomorrow, pretty much encompassing all of Labrador. And then again for the Northern Peninsula. Here's your temperatures tomorrow. A little bit warmer than we have been seeing, 20 to 24 degrees. Again, that humidex just a little bit higher than that. Between 25, maybe even 26 is what it will feel like. Winds generally light, and that sunshine will continue through central as well. 20 to 24 degrees from the south coast through to the northeast coast there in Twillingate. For the west coast, your temperatures will be hovering somewhere between 20 and about 23 degrees. Winds out of the west, a bit more breezy though, 15 to 25 kilometers per hour. Northern Peninsula will be a similar forecast. Again, that risk of some thunderstorms potentially. So if you have some outdoor plans, just keep your eyes to the sky tomorrow. Southeastern Labrador between 17 and 19 degrees. And coolest temperatures will again be in the north. Nain should only hover around 11 degrees. But for Happy Valley Goose Bay, you should hit around 21. So other than that risk of some thunderstorms, your temperatures will feel pretty good. So down here at the regatta, one of the favorite things for our assignment producers is to send out someone who has never experienced the regatta before and give us a view as to see just through their eyes. So today, this time, it was our Jessica Singer. Here's a little view of that.
Are you all ready?
I'm new to this. I've never been to the regatta before. What's one thing I can't miss today?
Oh, fish and chips or cod bites and chips for sure. You gotta have it. It's fresh, Newfoundland cut. You need to try it for sure.
Okay, I'm sold.
The youth teams, when you see the 10 and 11-year-olds out there rowing, it's just so sweet. You know, they're the future of the regatta.
You should check out some of the booths, spend some money, play some games.
You should eat a lot of food. The Indian food joints are really good, like just over there. And also, walking around looking at the races, can't miss the races.
Oh, that was close. Thank you.
Of course, you have to come and listen to the band. It's going to be an awesome sound today. We've got some wonderful musicians here on the bandstand today. It's going to be a big band. We're looking at probably about 50 to 55 musicians.
Perfect. You're in for a great day by the sounds of it.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Oh, and it was such a perfect day for so many people. This is our eye in the sky. Our CBC drone captured this bird's eye view of Kitty Vitty Lake and the 205th running of the Royal St. John's Regatta. What a crowd down there today. Stay with us. We'll have more from the lake just ahead on Here and Now. Well, sure, there are the concessions with the delicious treats, the games of chance and the prizes, but the Royal St. John's Regatta, well, there it all centers around the races. The men's championship race is underway and organizers are already saying more people watch the races this year than ever before. Here Now's Jessica Singer spoke with one coach who says the regatta is her Christmas.
I've rode this is my 34th year involved with the regatta. Rode for 33. This year I'm more focusing on coaching. Lots of ring rowers around Kitty Vitty Lake. My dad, my grandfather, my uncle all rode and broke a pretty historic record in 1981, an 80-year-old record. So it's in my family, it's in my blood.
Okay, so what's it like looking at the lake this morning if it's so ingrained in generations of your family?
Oh, it's almost like Christmas morning, you get up and you're so excited, and the pond conditions are amazing, so it's really nice when it's like that after doing so much work all year.
You said you're coaching 5 teams?
5 teams, so I have 1 senior men's crew in the second race, and then all my teams are under 16, the other 4, so especially on the boys' side I have 1, and then I have 3 female teams.
Wow, and so what was it like waking up this morning?
Oh, it was amazing. Kind of figured it was going to be a go today, so it was just excitement and a little bit of nervous energy, but excitement more than anything to get down here and have some fun today with my teams.
And what does the rest of the day look like for you?
Oh, so race, and then I'm in the winner's circle as a committee member, and then I'm back on the pond this afternoon, 2:20, 3:20, 4:20, and 4:40. So it's busy.
Oh wow, you'll be on the water all day.
Pretty well, yeah.
Well, for the businesses and nonprofit organizations, the regatta is all about raising funds. It's one of the most important money-making days of the year, but the regatta is also a place for memory-making. Have a look.
I got tickets in my left hand and funny things to say. Step right up and test your luck. I'll be here all day.
It is our biggest fundraiser all year. So this is where we generated most of our funds for our karate club and help support our athletes. We have some athletes traveling to Chile at the end of August for Team Canada, as well as Mexico in September. So this is super important.
And what can you win? $100 prize.
What are your goals here today at the regatta?
To win a hammer.
Yes. And to get a snow cone.
To win a hammer.
Yeah. To eat lots and win a hammer. I don't know.
You're just here hanging out.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about the regatta, would you say?
Winning a hammer.
Snow cone.
Winning a hammer.
Well, how do you get this hammer?
We win by winning it. We've seen a ton of kids with it, so we want it.
What kind of hammer is it?
A rubber hammer.
Is it a big one?
Inflatable hammer. It's big.
And what are you going to do with the hammer?
Hit each other.
Yeah.
You won the big prize, it looks like.
Yes.
Tell me about this bear.
His name is Blossom for our matching face paints. And he's really heavy and really warm. Extremely warm. This is her first regatta.
Oh, your first regatta. Tell me what you think of it.
I really like it.
How old are you?
I'm 8.
What do you like most so far?
Gambling.
I don't.
Did you say gambling?
Gambling.
And it's a good thing it's not too hot out, or else that bear would be unbearable, right?
Yeah, unbearable is right.
The weather has been so sweltering lately. This is certainly a break from that. Do you think it's going to make your job a bit easier today?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, we were hoping for this type of weather. We were expecting a little bit of rain too, which would help even further, but we didn't get it, but that's fine. So far, it's good.
Tell me about what you have there.
I got a hammer.
I know a bunch of 12-year-old boys who are just dying to get their hands on a hammer. This is a really in-demand prize apparently here today. Did you know that?
No.
What are you going to do with your hammer later?
I'm gonna hit my brothers.
What are you going to do with that hammer?
When I get home, I'm gonna have a fight with my brother with the hammer.
What are you going to do with the sword?
How I play with it, I can turn to an arrow spear like this, and a bow and arrow like this, and a sword. I ate fries. My sister won a few prizes, and It was really good today. Probably one of the best days.
What is your regatta routine?
In the last couple of years, I've come down with my camper. Parked the camper right here, set out a few chairs, and all my family come over during the day and have a hot dog.
Nice. And you slept here overnight, right?
We did, yeah.
It's going to be a day of eating, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
I'd say it's 20 years old now, the business, including I've been at it 6 years, and then 2 previous owners before that.
What interests you about making deadly mini donuts?
Eating them. I used to get them every week, and then my son was born, and when he became of age, 3, he used to get them every week. And I kept on after the owners, let me know when you're retiring. Anyway, eventually they did, and here I am.
Busiest day of the year. Yeah, busiest day of the year, easy.
What are you thinking of the day so far?
It's just wild. Unbelievable. I mean, I could open 2 hours ago and had line. I just opened the window then and just boom, lined up instantly. So I should probably get back inside. They're probably getting destroyed in there.
Greg, this is your first regatta and this is your last regatta.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
I'm actually moving away. My husband's from Alberta, so after this year we're going to go back to Alberta so he can spend time with his family. We've been here with mine for 20 years with the regattas and stuff, so it's time for him to go home.
And how about you?
This is my first regatta since I was adopted and moved out of here, but thought I would come and see one.
And what do you make of the day so far?
It's been fun. A lot of people. It's been a good time.
Just the people, the food, the atmosphere, the races. It's really great.
What do you think about this weather today?
I wish it was hotter, honestly. I love the hot weather. Honestly, it's a little cold today. My dog was even shivering today. He had a cold. But...
You guys are big winners. What did you win?
$100.
$100. So what are you going to do with that money?
We're just going to spend some more money and have a good day.
This is my second time here, and last year I was here. We actually came like a group of church to do evangelism. We walk around, we enjoy ourselves. I said this year I'm going to be here too, so we're enjoying it, and here I am.
I just wanted to walk around and see stuff and buy stuff, and yeah, basically that.
So we operate a 360 video booth, and we rent out for weddings, events, corporate sponsors, things like that. We just started up in May, and this is our first time at the regatta. Participants stand on a platform, and a 360 arm revolves around them that has the light and the camera. The finished product is a really neat video. It's just a fun way to share moments. Of course, social media is super big right now, and participants can take their video immediately and share it to their socials and, capture the moment in style. That's our slogan.
Hey! Hi!
Well, we're going to call it our floof cam, because why not? We met a lot of people down at the lake today, but we also met a lot of puppy dogs. Plenty of sweet four-legged friends were enjoying the Regatta Day holiday, probably hoping to pick up a stray wedgie from Winkies. And with faces like these, who can blame them? Just adorable. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, have announced they are formally separating. The announcement was made by both of them on social media today. They've been married for 18 years. CBC's Marina van Stackelberg has more.
Justin Trudeau and Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, last seen together 1 month ago at Ottawa's Canada Day celebrations, broke the news of their breakup also together, posting identical statements on their Instagram accounts. After many meaningful and difficult conversations, we have made the decision to separate. As always, we remain a close family with deep love and respect for each other and for everything we have built and will continue to build, asking for privacy. The Prime Minister's office confirmed the pair have signed a legal separation agreement, adding the Trudeaus are focused on raising their kids in a safe, loving, and collaborative environment. Both parents will be a constant presence in their children's lives, and Canadians can expect to often see the family together. 51-year-old Trudeau and 48-year-old Gregoire Trudeau met in 2003 and were married in 2005. They have 3 children, 15-year-old Xavier, 14-year-old Ella Grace, and 9-year-old Hadrian.
Politics is hard. It's hard on marriage. As a mother, my thoughts go to their kids. A child who's grown up, the child of a sitting prime minister, will always be in the public limelight.
Gregoire Trudeau has been a public face throughout her husband's political career, especially since his 2015 election win. She's become a public figure in her own right, an advocate for gender equality and mental health.
By loving who you are, for who you are, you're making everything else possible. And let me tell you, beside me right now stands the man that I love deeply.
The two have been publicly affectionate.
Don't go yet, my love.
But also candid about the challenges of marriage, saying their own wasn't perfect or easy. Trudeau, a child of divorce himself. His parents separated in 1979 when he was a little boy. Pierre Trudeau, the only other Canadian Prime Minister to split with his wife while in office. Sources tell CBC News Sophie Gregoire Trudeau has moved into a separate home in Ottawa. Justin Trudeau and their children will stay at Rideau Cottage, where she will also spend time. The Prime Minister's office says the entire family will be taking a vacation next week together. Marina van Stackelberg, CBC News, Ottawa.
Wildfire evacuation orders have been issued in a popular tourist area north of Pemberton, British Columbia. The Downton Lake fire has doubled in size since Monday and is being called critical by local officials. The fire now covers nearly 16 square kilometers and is threatening a small number of communities. Along with the evacuation orders, a large area is on evacuation alert, meaning people should be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Provincial officials say the fire has been burning since July 13th. It's believed to have been started by lightning. And former U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to be arraigned tomorrow in a Washington court. He was indicted yesterday for attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election, and that sparked anger among Trump's followers and his lawyer. John Lauro made his views clear on U.S. television.
This indictment is a game changer. It's the first time that we've taken political speech and said we're going to criminalize it by the party that's in control against the party that's contesting the next election, where the two individuals involved are going to be running for office. That is an incredible set of circumstances.
The 4-count indictment alleges that Trump orchestrated a conspiracy designed to keep him in power after he was defeated by Joe Biden. It's the third time in 4 months that Trump has been criminally charged. Last night's full moon was the first of 2 supermoons we'll get this month. We had the Sturgeon moon yesterday, and we'll get a rare blue supermoon on August 30th. A blue moon occurs when there are 2 full moons in a month. A blue supermoon is fairly rare. The last one was in December 2009, and the next one won't be until August 2032. Astronomers say there will be 4 supermoon events this year, and the first 2 in August.
Hi, it's Adam Walsh, host and producer of The Signal for CBC Radio. There's lots of coverage of the regatta on Here and Now tonight, and well, our show was here earlier today. We spent the lunch hour talking to folks just about their thoughts on the regatta. Here's some of the highlights.
This is my first regatta rowing, yes, and actually my whole team, it's their first year as well.
Yeah, they're just over...
Tara Bruce Productions.
They promised to give you support.
They're supporting from afar.
Doing this as a team.
Yes.
There's a lot of practice, right? Early mornings. What was that like for you?
Well, we got together before the season started and tried to figure out how much time we could commit, and we came up with 2 days a week. We're busy moms, working moms, and 2 days a week was what we could commit to each other. Some weeks we got in 3 spins, but for the most part, two times a week, and we respected our boundaries with time and what we could give to each other.
All right, let's hear from your daughter. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, what's your name?
Lily.
Hi, Lily. What do you like about rowing?
Well, I like spending time with my friends and getting fun exercise with my friends and talking to them, and yeah.
How many years have you rowed for?
This is my 2nd year rowing.
So double the time of your mom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you give your mom tips?
Kind of.
She does, actually.
Yeah.
When I would come to her with some problems I had in the boat, she's like, sorry, I can't relate to that. So she's the experienced rower in the family.
Hi, my name's Adam. What's your name?
Anna.
Anna. What are you at today?
The regatta.
Is this your first time, or are you a veteran?
Not my first time.
How many times have you been here?
9.
You've been here 9 times? How old are you?
10.
Oh, okay. Do you remember that first time?
No.
What do you like about the regatta?
Everything.
Everything? Be specific. What about everything? If you were to pick something in that big field of everything, what would it be?
Snacks.
All right. What kind of snacks?
Snow cones.
Snow cones? Why do you like snow cones?
Because they're amazing.
What flavor are these snow cones?
Any flavor you want.
Any like beef?
No.
Who's this bearded guy next to you?
My dad.
Yeah. What's your dad like?
Dad like?
What's he like? Is he good? He's a nice guy?
Yeah.
Is he giving you money?
No.
No. So are you stealing these snow cones? I want to circle back to this.
I get the money from my poppy.
Oh, from your poppy. Where's your poppy to?
At home.
Okay. So he gives you money. You come down here. Your dad supervises, and you walk around, and you end up doing a radio interview.
Pretty much, yeah. Hello. Hi.
Who are you two?
I'm Claire.
Hi, Claire.
I'm Neve. We're twins.
You're twins? Yes, and for everyone in Radio Land, I've got 2 very similar looking people in front of me because you're both twins. How old are you?
10.
How often was this your first regatta, or are you veteran?
We go every year. Every year. Our first regatta,
we were like 3.
Our first regatta is when we were like 3.
Yeah.
And we got tickets, and it turned out I was with winning tickets, and we got some big prize, and we got 2 big prizes.
What were these prizes?
I think one was a ladybug and one was a peacock. I had the peacock. It was like this big peacock.
Right, so
I named it Rainbow Sparkles.
Rainbow Sparkles. What was the name of the other thing?
I had like a big ladybug. It had like hearts for eyes, so I just called it Heart Eyes.
Okay.
It's a good name. Clearly, I wasn't very creative.
That's okay.
It's fine.
All right. So from that formative moment, how is this year going with all the evolution of you two coming down here as veterans of the regatta?
Well, this year I got this derpy pineapple, and I also got Billy.
All right, describe Billy, because it's a radio show.
He
so
is
who's
like
Billy?
a husky with a red hat.
And he's a little small stuffed thing, and I believe there's Billy. Who's in your pocket?
Oh, that's Barry.
Of
Billy
course,
and Barry.
Billy and Barry, of course. I should have known this. All right, Billy and Barry. How'd you get Billy and Barry again?
We won them here.
So do you just come down and win everything every year?
Oh no, not everything. Definitely not everything.
Well, just take a look at... There we go. Just a lovely evening, really, at Kitty Vitty Lake. Nice calm waters there. The men's championship race is over with Fine Strokes Plaster and Painting Limited taking home the top prize with a time of 9:15.71, and that is 3 seconds faster than this morning's race, so congratulations. The women's race is less than 10 minutes away, starting at 7 o'clock. We'll return to the lake right after the break for Ashley's final forecast. Stay with us. Time for one last check-in with Ashley Braweiler, Lakeside, Kitty Vitty Lake tonight. It's still looking very nice down there. How is the long-range forecast looking? How much longer is this overcast going to be sticking around?
That's it for tonight, really. And then as we head through the next couple of days, the weather is going to improve as far as the sunshine goes. Let's take a look at the forecast, the long-range forecast there. Chance of showers still continuing, though, for those of you up across Labrador. That will continue into the evening hours on Thursday and then into Friday morning. Another round of showers will move in and head towards central Labrador and eventually the coast as we head into the evening hours. Now, as far as the island is concerned, another beautiful day expected. we're going to see plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. Some increasing cloud, though, as we head into the evening hours, but there's your temperature. So hanging around 20 degrees for St. John's. The winds will be on shore, so it will be cooler in those east-facing shores through central, west coast. Those temperatures into the mid to upper 20s. Again, feeling just a tad humid. Northern Peninsula, you'll hover around 21 degrees. And then up across Labrador, like I said, the chance of showers, some cooler temperatures still in place for Nain, around 12 degrees. And 16 for Lab City. Otherwise, for central and southeastern portions of the Big Land, your temperatures will be hovering between 20 and about 23 degrees. Now, it's pretty much a carbon copy as we head through the overnight into Saturday morning. The showers will continue, I should say, for Labrador. Now across the island, a little bit more cloud cover to start the day on Saturday, but we should see some clearing skies as the afternoon rolls through. Now, as far as the west coast is concerned, your clouds will be on the increase. And in fact, we will likely see the showers move in for the southwestern portion of the island as we head into the overnight hours. Here's your temperatures. Essentially, again, a carbon copy. Forecast temperatures around the 20-degree mark for St. John's, 23 to 25 through central, and a little cooler on the south coast. Winds become a bit more southerly than they have been for most of the week. And then for Labrador, temperatures again cool for Nain, 10 degrees through the day, and about 19 for Lab City through the afternoon on Saturday. The long-range forecast, after that 20-degree spell there for St. John's and eastern Newfoundland, temperatures are going to dip down, and they look like they're going to stay a tad cool as we head into next week. Again, some unsettled conditions as well. So showers Sunday, periods of rain really on Sunday. That will continue into Monday, and the forecast looks like it'll stay that way as we head into next week. Our overnight lows not really moving too much by the time we get into the weekend, only down to about 13 or 14 degrees. And then for central Newfoundland, similar forecast, temperatures dropping, rain moving in and staying until we get into Monday. And then for western Newfoundland as well, 18, 19 degrees is your daytime highs. Periods of rain on Sunday and showers the story for Monday. For Labrador, at least eastern portions, weather improves as we get into next week, but it will stay rainy and cloudy for western Labrador as your temperatures hover between 17 and 18 degrees. Now, this is a stunning shot. An evening in CBS. Pete shared this great shot with us. And if you have any weather photos to share with us at all, send them to my Facebook page. But the best place is to email them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
That is a beautiful photo. Thank you so much, Pete, for that. And picture perfect down there at the lake as well. What a day for regatta goers and for the rowers. 71 teams competing in 19 races today. And the final race, the Women's Championship, is just moments away. And we just want to take a moment to send out our best wishes, a good luck to our own Katie Breen and Heather Gillis, who are competing in that race. So best of luck to them and to everyone down competing at the races tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Good night.